Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Chasing Better with Noxie. And now this is a quick little live. Now I might be puffing a bit. I've just done my 2 kilometers worth of running just to get it in for the day, doing my extras for footy. So bear with me. Now, what are we talking about today, guys? If you are coming in live, obviously drop a number 1 so I can touch base with you after this. Love the community aspect. Obviously, we've had some really great feedback with our first 2 lives that I've done this year so far. Obviously, touching base on the basics of Nutrition 101. It's kicking off on YouTube as well. If you haven't checked it out over there, go and check out the YouTube channel, Life by Noxie. You can literally just search it into Google, search it in YouTube, you'll find it. The second one, obviously, touching base on how to make your own basic meal plan to get the wheels turning in the right direction so that you've got some better structure to fix your habits and lifestyle. So, what are we talking about today? So, I did mention yesterday briefly that we'd be touching base on a high performance calendar, HPC for short. So, what is a high performance calendar? Well, the reason I wanted to bring up high performance calendar for you guys is it's all good to have the world's best meal plan. It's all good to have the world's best training plan. It's all good to have an amazing job. You only have to work 4 hours a day and you get paid millions of dollars and all this sort of shit. And you get unlimited family time. Now, that is the dream for a lot of you guys out there. However, we want to work in the real space as well. Most of you guys out there are time poor. You're constantly craving more time, but you're always giving it up for the ever elusive dollar. So you're usually chasing work, you're chasing more hours at work so that you can make more money to try and have more time for yourself and hopefully with your loved ones, family, kids, all that sort of stuff. So the reason I bring up the high performance calendar again is there's no point having all of those great components of an awesome meal plan, awesome workout training plan if you don't actually have general structure in your day-to-day life. Now, structure and systems, like that is what life is all about. You go and look at Macca's and their French fry, they have a 51-step process, I think it is, that has been there for like 60 plus years. I think they've never changed it, to be honest. They might have made a few adjustments, but literally every store follows that same procedure. Why does everyone know about Macca's French fries? Yes, they're good at advertising, but they follow a system that works and they just fucking do that every week without fail. The same thing can apply to your lifestyle. If you are doing the same shitty habits over and over again and expecting to get the body you want, of course it's not going to fucking work. So what we want to work on is how do we start to program our week with systems like a high performance calendar to start making your world better for you, because once you're better, as I've banged on about before, when you start to look after yourself better first, everyone else around you starts to get better from you as well, all right? You start to give off better energy, you start to give off better auras, everyone feels fucking great being around you, you attract better people, right? And you start to push away negativity without even realizing it, which is a good thing, okay? So there's a couple of ways of looking at the high performance calendar. For those that are getting started and have never looked at having a calendar or a schedule or anything like that before, things like notebooks and diaries and things like that, and scheduling, the old school pen and paper, they're fantastic. If you can use one of them, go for it, right? This is still plausible for using the old school method. If you're on your phone, like everyone pretty much these days, download Google Calendar. It is fantastic. You can add colors, you can attach things to me, you can have meetings attached to stuff. It is fantastic. It's a lifesaver for me as a business owner now. But even for the everyday person, I get my clients using it as well. And they're just mums, dads, that have a normal 9 to 5, all that sort of stuff. They're students, whatever. Right? It works. It's fantastic. Now again, obviously you can jump on the App Store and there's probably millions of apps that you can use as calendars. If you can find something that works for you, use that, okay? If you can find something that works and gets you a good result in the long run, that's what you want to do. How do we then set out our week? Now, I usually just go through and just block out a week at a time, right? The great thing is that when you start to do this, you start to realize just how much time you waste on Facebook, you waste on scrolling, you waste on YouTube, all this sort of stuff. looking at shit to just fill the void, okay? And you start to find time that you can start improving your own life, whether it is joining a gym and actually sticking to a regular training program, whether it is, fitting in a meal plan that actually works finally, all these sorts of things we can start working on. Listening to an audiobook for the first time ever and actually growing your brain and getting some general knowledge that isn't from TikTok. All right. The first and most important thing, and the reason I have this at number one, is there is no point you living to work. It is an outdated mentality that you need to squash as soon as you possibly can. I used to live to work because that's all I'd ever known. I'd been a Target employee working in retail for 5 years, and I thought, well, this is all I'm ever going to do. All right. I then went and became a PT after doing my weight loss and started to realise there was a bit more to, the normal 9 to 5. Unfortunately, fell back into the same routine. I was trying to punch out as many half-hour to hour sessions during the week, sometimes 50+ sessions a week, burning myself out trying to chase the dollar instead of trying to make my time work for me. All right, so there's no point living to work, guys. We have to start switching so that we can work to live a better life for us and also for all those that we love around us. So the number one thing I want you to start looking at when you plan out your week is cup fillers, okay? We've heard the old analogy, is your cup half full, is it empty, where's your energy at, all that sort of stuff. Your cup fillers are going to be such things as social elements of going out and catching up with friends. It's things such as taking part in sport or being in a team sport environment, or like I play footy, for example. That is one of my best cup fillers that I have at the moment. There's also an outlet for stress and all that sort of stuff. Cup fillers can be training in the gym. It's getting 45 minutes to yourself, whether you chuck the headphones on or you come in and you train in a group environment like the guys do here at TBC, and they just get to focus on them for 45 minutes. How do I get better at lifting? How do I learn that new skill of juggling? How do I learn how to do a handstand? Whatever. How do I learn how to do food better? Cup fillers can be anything. So any sort of hobby, pastime, just time for you or time with the kids or whatever. So anything that brings joy to your life and brings happiness and fulfillment is what I call cup fillers, in my opinion. Okay, now you may have differing opinions on that, that's fine. The second thing we need to then plan in is our work or job, right? Now the reason I put this at number 2 is it gives the ground floor that we can then base everything else for our week, okay? The most common thing I see when people come in here for help with their training and nutrition is that work comes first, it comes second, it comes third, it comes fourth, it comes fifth. They haven't even thought about what they put in their gob, yet they're always eating something, right? Work and job still needs to place importance on this. I don't want to say, get rid of the job, all that sort of stuff. That's going to be there. So it is a constant, so we need to factor that in. It does take up a fair chunk of your time depending on what you do for work. So you have to pencil it into your day and your week. So make sure that's in there, lock it in, know your exact times. Another little tip I do with work and job is make sure you factor in and time and plan your travel time. Especially if you live in Mandurah, for example, and you work in the city, in the CBD, you have to plan that hour of travel or hour and a half in traffic, because it's taking up time that you could potentially be doing cup fillers, spending time with the family, taking the dog for a walk, working on your nutrition to be better, all right? The third thing that I love to plan in is start looking at ways that you can grow. Now, my partner Beck, for example, she's added in some growth this year for the first time in the last couple of years to actually expand her knowledge in the vet world. Now, again, she learns new stuff every day when she walks into the clinic, of course, like most people, but she wanted to further her knowledge. So she's actually invested time and money into herself to go and take part in a course to be a better vet. So she's going to have a greater knowledge base, she's going to be able to help more people and enjoy and get more fulfillment out of her job, which is fantastic. Same with myself, I've invested in a 12-month coaching program, so I'm going to be increasing my knowledge around training, nutrition, habits, all that sort of stuff, mindset, accountability, coaching, whatever. So again, growth can be as little as downloading an audiobook and literally listening to 5 to 7 minutes a day. That is my number one tip when it comes to growth. If you've never done it before, just aim for 5 minutes a day. If you can't do 5 minutes a day, do 5 minutes every 3 days or every second day, right? Just do something from a growth point of view to start getting that brain to work and function more efficiently and start expanding your horizons. The final component you have to chime in with is fuel. Now fuel, this is food, right? Now, again, the number one thing, or probably the number two thing that I get as a problem in here is people are like, I don't have time to meal prep, right? Now, whether you meal prep or make food every day, or go and shop every day but still eat good food, like whatever works for you and you're happy and it lets you get on with your day, go for it. And if it's efficient, go for it. That's fine. But find what works for you. You cannot do any of this, you cannot exist without fuel coming in somewhere. So, the reason I put fuel on here is plan your meal times, right? If you're going to be, working 9 to 5, training after work for an hour and then getting home at 6, 7 o'clock, right? Plan that in. Cool, dinner's going to be roughly 7:15. Sweet, I can be done with dinner, dishes are done by like 7:45. I can be winding down for the day. I could listen to an audiobook for my growth for the day, 5 to 10 minutes. Take your mind off work, chuck your earbuds in, whatever you got to do, and then get ready for bed and go to bed, right? It has a massive effect when you start penciling in your food and your nutrition into your week, all right? Because you cannot do any of this, like I said, without fuel going in, all right? The engine's not going to work if there's no petrol going in. So, the other thing with the fuel that we want to pencil in is prep time and shopping. If you are someone that is constantly going to the shops every day, well, I don't know about you, but I think that that's frustrating and it annoys the hell out of me when people are like, I go every day and I do like a 20-minute shop every day and blah, blah, blah. And like I always feel like I'm under the pump. Plan ahead. Food and stuff, you can generally get 3 to 4 days worth of food prep out of one shop, right? Start to, again, look for opportunities to find more time to invest in yourself to make your lifestyle better so that you're not running around like a blue-ass fly chasing your tail every day, right? This is the high performance calendar. Again, cup filler, so anything that brings you joy, fulfillment, happiness, anything like that. Could be sport, hobbies, time with the family, taking the dog for a walk, anything like that. Training, whatever. Work and job, obviously, pencil that in. It's a big part of our day, as we all know, but you have to make sure that it is in there, it's structured so we can build out around it. Growth. Please, if I can get you to take away anything from this, try and start penciling in some personal development and personal growth. Even if it is going and seeing a mentor, like a health coach, for example, or a strength coach, and just learn some basic training techniques, Or if you're at a 24-hour gym, go and talk to one of the PTs and be like, hey, I want to do a better squat. Cool. Hopefully they can go and help you out with that. Right? You'll be surprised when you start looking for opportunities for better. They're all there. You just need to ask. And then the final thing, pencil in your fuel, guys. Don't run around on an empty fuel gauge. You know it doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. Right? It's one of the main reasons that I have people coming to me for help, is that they need to fix this so that they can get more out of their life and they can get more production and they can be happier and more fulfilled. I hope this has brought some value to you guys. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Hopefully I haven't spoken too quickly. I'll try and get this uploaded into YouTube as well, guys. So obviously, if you haven't checked it out, go and check out the YouTube channel, guys. I've got exercise videos going into there. I've got podcast episodes. If you haven't seen the episode with Nova Peris, Olympic champion from the weekend, go and check it out. It is a fantastic story. I will have a second episode coming up in the coming weeks with her as well, talking about her Kokoda trek. So very exciting things ahead, guys. Again, as always, team, I appreciate the support. Hope this has brought you some value. And if you have any other topics you'd like me to cover when it comes to training, nutrition, mindset, accountability, organisation, all that sort of stuff, drop it in the comments below. Shoot me a message if you need to. I'm here to help. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you next week.